Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the chart behind me, which is of Rocket Lab, ticker symbol RKLB. And so here I am recording this on Thursday, August 8th, after hours, after Rocket Lab just finished their earnings call, and their earnings were looking pretty good. So far, after the close, the stock price is up more than 10%. After having closed on the day at a price of $4.77. So in this video, I'm going to look at the minute time scale in the after hours so we can look at how the stock price responded to the earnings call. But I first am going to look over the daily chart here just so we can go over some of the levels that I have identified, really just to prepare us for either the upside or the downside. And as you know, we went to the upside, so looking pretty good there. But if in case we were to go to the downside, I included this Fibonacci retracement here, going from the low that was hit on April 16th up to the high that was recently hit on July 16th. Just, about 3-month difference there. And so from that retracement, there are a few lines to the downside, one being the golden pocket here, that's the 65% retracement up to the 618, ranging from $4.30 up to 437.5. And the reason why I find that level to be, or that range to be pretty interesting, is because that is where we retrace to. We retrace to that golden pocket coming down to the low that was hit on August 5th when, we thought the market was crashing, when we gapped down over the weekend, but then rebounded with the candle for that day, opening and then closing up almost 10% from that open on that day, but of course being down relative to August 2nd, that prior Friday's close, being down by 3.12%. But then other levels to the downside, the 786 right around $4, and then that prior low of 347. But as you all know, price went to the upside, and so I included this Fibonacci here to the downside, suggesting levels that might be resistance on the way up. And we have bumped into some of those in the after hours, and so they range from, the 0%, the base level here at $4.20, going up to a 100% or full retracement to the top here at 584. Just before the earnings call, it looked like we were getting rejected from the 382 here, right around $4.82.6. But with that rejection and with that big green candle that we saw on the 5th, if we didn't have that big green candle, I would think this might look like a bear flag, kind of like what we saw over here, down move, consolidation, and then a break lower. But because we have this big green candle, we got a move up, rejection from the 382, but consolidation above the 236 at a price of $4.58.7. So respecting that level and also respecting this white uptrend, which is based on these two pivot points, one being the low from December of 2022 and the other being from, I believe, the low of October 23rd, 2023. And so as you can see, that was support over here before we broke lower, and we are now back to that level, but now above it. So I did think that that would be acting as support, not only with that uptrend, but also the 236 being below the price action after an upside move, forming a bull flag. I was expecting price to go higher, and as we all know, that is what happened. So now, switching over to the 1-minute time scale, we can see that after hours price action. And so here it looks like at about a quarter after the hour, the press release for Rocket Lab's earnings came out, and it looks like they did pretty good on their earnings. And so from here, they posted a record revenue on 71% year-on-year growth. So pretty great there. A number of great details that they did go over in the report and during the call, but I'm not going to go over that here. I'm just going to get right into the chart. And so here we can see the minute time scale closing right around that 382, breaking below it a little bit, but then once that report came out, we started to move higher. getting above $5 a share marked by this purple line, and getting above the 50% retracement at $5.02, also being, psychological level, $5 a share. And then we started to bump into some resistance right around the golden pocket to the upside. So that's a 618 at 521.4 up to the 65% retracement at $5.26.6. But then from there, we consolidated, moved higher, hitting a high of $5.48 during the after hours trading session, which is just 0.9 cents below the 786. From that, we did pull back, consolidated around that golden pocket again, and now it looks like we are consolidating above the 65% retracement at 526.6, currently trading at $5.30, up 11.11% in the after hours. So now I think it's going to be pretty key to see if we can break above 549 or really get to 550 and hold above there, or if we do start to fade. And I could see either of those scenarios happening. I think it will be important for us to hold above $5 a share, that just being a psychological level. And also, if we can break to the upside, holding above 550 would be great. But now switching back over to the daily time frame and considering those levels, the 65% retracement, that's at $5.26.6, so right around 530, where we are currently trading right around here. And so not only would getting up to 550 be great, getting above the 786 here, that would be getting pretty close to this downtrend here, which we had previously attempted to break above. We did get one open above it on July 16th, but we quickly closed that day below that downtrend. And so if we're able to get above 550 and consolidate above there for, let's say, over the course of a week, that could be forming a bull flag before we break out and then make another attempt to get to 584, but then not just opening up at that level and closing lower, but closing above it, maybe getting up to $6 a share. So if I do take a step back, we can get the full picture of where that yellow downtrend comes from, and that is actually based on the high from February 10th of 2022, which was at a price of $11.11. And so from there, we do have this other pivot point here, which I believe is based on, let's see, somewhat arbitrary, but corresponding with the closing price from July 19th of 2023, so just about a year ago. And so those are really the only times we have tested that downtrend, but we did just recently, like I had mentioned, on July 15th and 16th, we got up to that level, opened above, but then closed below over the course of 2 days. And so now I do think that we could be finally not only getting up to that level, but potentially breaking above it. Getting above 584 and closing above that would show a lot of strength. And then we could be seeing, a lot of moves to the upside. And from this Fibonacci retracement, I do have the 1618 on there. That is at a price of $6.85.4 that we can see up here. So if we can get above 584, the next levels I'd look for are $6 a share and then up to 685. So hopefully we can see that over the course of the next couple weeks, maybe closing out the month of August above $6 a share. I think that would be great. But those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, you guys.